Well, hello everybody. This is my first video, and been wanting to make a video for over a year now here on YouTube, but glad I finally made it. Finally, I get to post a video here on YouTube. About time. Well, this video is going to be on a topic that I'm sure has been on a lot of people's minds as of late. I'm sure of it, and it's about Triple H. About how what he does backstage, and I think a lot of people, if not some people, get to miss the point on why we gripe about this guy. Now, I think some people are just ignorant, as the title says on my video. Some people can just be totally ignorant and just not really care about the business. Apparently they don't. That's the way I look at it. Well, I'm going to get into a couple of things that I have personally dealt with on comment pages, trying to explain to these guys. I believe it was one of True Slayer's videos. I believe it was his Night of Champions review. I believe that's what it was. And then True Slayer goes on and talks about Triple H. How Crime Time was getting a rub by John Cena compared to Triple H burying guys, which True Slayer did make a very good point. And this guy comments on one of his commented on this page saying that Triple H does not bury guys. It's just stupid internet sources. People are just jealous of his spot and stuff like that. I explained to him, no, Triple H does make younger talent look like to be complete jokes, once they feud with him. I was trying to explain with that. Yes, it's true. Triple H does squash guys, whether you believe it or not. And he comments me again and is like, do you believe everything the internet says? That's what he comments, stupid stuff like that. And he's like, well, you just can't prove that by reading that on the internet. Well, I try to give him another perspective on TV, and thank you. Stuff that I personally seen on television, and what he's been doing on TV, like making the younger talent look like to be jokes. And a good example of that recently was Shelton Benjamin. And I didn't watch his match with MVP, but I guess you could say MVP too. But I read something on the internet saying that, he didn't make MVP look out good, which wouldn't surprise me at all because to Triple H, it's all about him. And, I'm sorry. And this guy goes on to say, well, Ross is a TV show, so what? And I guess to some degree, he's saying SmackDown is just a TV show, so what? It's like he says, well, Triple H. It's not like Triple H goes on and saying that he's burying guys. He's like, yep, I'm burying guys. So what? You mean to tell me that forget about New Star Power, forget about guys that could have legitimately made it into the main event? Are you freaking kidding me? Forget that Kofi Kingston could have been a main eventer. Forget that MVP could have been a big superstar for the company. Forget it that Shelton Benjamin could have probably been a top star for the company, even though I know he's poor on the mic, but you'll never know, would you, But, yeah, they should just be mid-carders for the rest of their WWE careers and forget these guys are not good enough to be main eventers, so let's just forget about it. What? That doesn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion. I mean, and he also goes on to say, he quote unquote told me that just watch the damn show and have fun. So again, let's just be happy that Triple H squashes guys. Let's just be happy with that. Let's just forget that new talent ever be made. Let's not worry about that. Let's just be happy that Triple H is WWE champion. Let's just be happy that he's a WWE guy that we all like. I'm sorry about that, guys. This computer's acting funny. Yeah, so let's just forget about that. It should just be Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Edge, Batista, John Cena, just those guys in the main event forever. It's just those guys forever, always main eventers, Yeah, so apparently that guy just showed me how arrogant he really is, how much he claims to care about the business, how much he likes pro wrestling. Apparently, if he looks at it that way, he really doesn't give too much. He doesn't really care too much about the company. That's just the way I see it. If you're that ignorant, then you really don't care about the business. And I kind of find it strange that guys like the guys who I argue with on that True Slayers video say that why can't we just be happy with what goes on television, yet when I first came out here on YouTube, well, I wasn't doing videos, but when I first started watching, introduced to the YouTube universe, there was people in the wrestling community complaining that no new stars were being made, and I think this was before WrestleMania 23. Well, Mr. Kennedy was on the rise of becoming a big star, but that ultimately fell through. That ultimately failed. But anyway, yeah, that explain that. There's these group of people over here saying that they want new stars to be made. That are constantly complaining about that. It's like no new stars are being made. We want other guys in the main event. Yet there's guys over here that are saying, oh, just be happy with what we got. Just have fun. Just watch television. Just enjoy it. Explain to me that. Someone please. I have to side with people making new stars because I want to see new stars in the main event. I always want to see something different every year. Not just the same bull crap every year. I mean, I don't want Triple H in the main event forever, even though that may seem the case because of the spot he has. And I do respect the guy for that. Triple H is talented and he is good at acting, but I get tired of him myself. I really do. And yeah, he verbally buried MVP and Shelton Benjamin, I believe, a couple weeks ago, saying how he's going to be champion for the next century, which, oh God, that just shows how much of an ego he has. And, I guess to some degree that's good that he has an ego, but, making other guys look like jokes, that's just not good. That's not good at all. He really needs to put up the effort for the younger Ty, and apparently it's been reported that Undertaker is not happy with Triple H either, which would not surprise me because Taker has been. I don't think Taker really made anybody lately. Well, you could say he made Kane, possibly Mick Foley, but I don't really think he made Mr. Kennedy. Someone could argue me that. I mean, but the difference between Triple H and The Undertaker is that The Undertaker at least makes his guys look good. Now, they may not always win their feud, which I kind of think should happen more often. I was kind of hoping that would happen with Edge at SummerSlam, but I guess it was understandable for that to happen the way it did. But, yeah, Taker at least makes his guys look legit and actually makes like this guy may be actually capable of beating him. Something that Triple H can't do, Because, when they go up against Triple H, you can't take them seriously, especially the casual fans. The casual fans are, oh, if they go up against Triple H, oh, yeah, this Triple H is going to beat him, no problem. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. These guys need to be made more like Shelton Benjamin, MVP. These guys need to be taken more seriously. These guys are worthy of getting a push. So, and that's what needs to be done. And some people are constantly complaining that. Another problem I have is that people are complaining that John Cena is still the problem with the company, and guys like PS Power, anyway, anyway, yeah, guys, John Cena is gone. If you want to gripe about something. And you guys claim to be smart, you wouldn't, if you guys had half a brain, and now granted, again, I'm not the smartest guy here on YouTube, but again, if you guys had half a brain, you would realize that Triple H is kind of responsible of the downfall of the WWE as well. Well, I'm not saying the WWE's at a bad spot right now. It could be that way pretty soon, but who am I to judge? But yeah, Triple H is responsible for a lot of things that goes on back too. And if you also want to complain about something, complain about Batista for the love of God, because this guy's been in the main event picture for the past 23 months, if I'm correct. So, yeah, John Cena's injured. There's no need to complain about this guy no more. So for the love of God, please gripe about something else other than Cena. If you guys claim that you're smart, John Cena's not the problem. So there's something for you guys to think about that. Well, I'm kind of running out of time here, so I'm going to try to wrap it up. Yeah, Triple H is a problem. You guys need to stop being ignorant. Think about what you're saying. And, if you guys want to gripe about something, either get it through your heads that Triple H is actually a problem with the company, and also start calling out Batista on him hogging the spotlight too on Raw. So that's all I have time for. You guys take care. Have a good one. This has been Big to the Tony.